watching TikToks all day anyway, so why not get paid for it? Ever thought about making money from TikTok but you don't have any followers? Well, forget the 1,000 follower rule. GFN Vault has just changed the game. AFTV and DR Sports have partnered with one of the biggest UK creators, Anthony Owo, to bring you GFN Vault.
Our agency helps you earn, grow, succeed with exclusive support. With 0 following, you can start earning straight away. No gimmicks, no catches, 100% free.
Every big creator started from nothing, including me. So why not you?
Whether that is football, gaming clips, or just chatting complete and utter rubbish, anyone can be a creator, just like me.
So hit the link right now, get involved and start earning today with GFN Vault. Do not sleep on this.
Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to another live show. Yeah, exactly. So apparently Arsenal have launched a dating show or something, or a dating something. They're taking on Love Island now. I mean, forget Man City and Liverpool and all them. We're taking on Love Island. I had to yeah, exactly. James, what are we doing here today? Yeah. I had to like check the date a few times and be like, is this real? I kind of also am still wondering whether it's kind of like low-key a little bit like not serious, but people are getting emails about it or something. I don't know. Anyway, this is it. Here we go. Oh, there's no background. You want a nice background. There we go. This is on the Arsenal website, people. Like this is the Arsenal website. The big match. And we'll read about it in a sec, just for people wondering what I'm talking about. I thought I really thought I was going to be talking about, you know, Berta getting announced today, maybe, because the amount had said that was going to happen. But mate, this is exactly what was in my. This is exactly what I was wondering. Is this fake? So I'm pretty sure it's 100%. Like, is it an early April Fool's? Like, is it something? Like, were they saving it for Tuesday or something? Let me. All right. And why are people telling me to sign up? Why is Alex from the Different Knock telling me to sign up? Right. So this is what this is the tweet I saw. I got to put in the group. So Sam C of the United Stand, who's been very reliable on the transfer front, posted this on Twitter, and I would show you, but like X is having problems on my end at the moment. Let me see if I can get it working, because I'd love to show you the exact tweet. Oh, it's working now. Okay, hold on. Bear with me 1 second. I can't find it. Sorry, taking a sec. I want to show you where this kind of all came from. Sam, the United Stand. Is this the tweet? Aha! See, I knew I'd find it. Shares tab instead. Boom. Arsenal have launched a new program called The Big Match. They're calling on singles reporters in the UK to apply to be a part of the production, which will involve attending a blind date with a fellow Gooner centered around an Arsenal game. I mean, it's the guy. It's Sam C, right? So I saw that and I went, no way. I was like, just no way. There's just this. Arsenal got a dating show before they got a striker. So anyway, so I type it in. I go into Google. I type Arsenal, the big match, and this pops up. Here it is, everyone. Can we make it bigger? No, we can't. Or can we? Hold on. Maybe I can. Right, that's the opposite. Okay, cool. Okay. Terms and conditions set out the basis on which you can apply to take part in the series entitled The Big Match, brackets the production, which Arsenal intends but does not undertake to produce. By applying to take part in the production and completing the application form, you accept the, okay, cool. Arsenal Football Club is making the production and is the data control for the purposes of the casting, development, production, and distribution of the production. The production is a documentary dating series that connects fans of Arsenal FC through a mutual love of the club. The intended premise is that two fans will meet at a local venue for a date before they head to an Arsenal game together. The cameras will record the day and interview the couples after the match to see how the date went. Is someone like you're all seeing what I'm seeing, right? This is real. I mean, I'm just bewildered. I'm just like, what is this? You're all seeing what I'm seeing, right? You've all heard the words. You've all read the same words. This isn't. It's not April Fool's yet. You know, April Fool's is one day, right? It's not like it's. You know, I'm asking all these questions before internally accepting that Arsenal are undergoing a dating production. What do you want to say? I don't know what to say. I guess I'll go to the comments. Shall I apply? I mean, no, that was not a serious question. That's not a serious question. Although there's how to apply. How to apply? Take part in the production. Visit www. Okay, right. Let's just see where this takes us. No, I'm not applying. I just want to see where it takes us. Oh, yeah. It takes us to. Do you love the Arsenal? Yes. Okay. Match days at the Emirates Stadium are a time to connect with the beautiful game and each other. It's for this reason that we're launching a new dating show that celebrates how a shared love of football can prove a catalyst for an even deeper romance. We are calling on our single supporters in the UK to apply to be a part of the production, which will involve attending a blind date with a fellow Gooner centered around the Arsenal game. I mean, if you'd like to be a participant and are up for the opportunity of meeting your perfect match, please complete the form below. The opportunity is open to all UK residents over the age of 18. Applications close April the 11th. All right, so I've got about 2 weeks to mull this over. Welcome to the big match. Okay. Oh my god, this is it. You must be single, yes. Okay. All right. Oh god, there's the big enter now button. Oh, James, what did you do this Friday night? Yeah, I applied for the big match. Arsenal's Love Island competitor series. Oh my god. No. Let's not get this going. This is unreal. I honestly thought we were going to be talking about Berta, about what the Arsenal 11 looks like when Saka's back. I mean, we will talk about that. I mean, we're live till 8, so I'm sure we'll squeeze that in. I'd love for someone to jump in. Like, I want to know what Lee thinks about this. Let me message him now. See if he's available. Lee Judges. Wanna jump on AFTV live? I'm live now. Topic is hilarious. Let's see what he says. See if we can get Lee Judges. Yeah. I'm sorry. This has been 10 minutes of just reading a website and not really much commentary on it. Okay. Should we actually try and discuss this semi seriously? I would have thought if Arsenal were going to go down the route of like reality, production and like kind of entering the world of TV in some way. I thought it'd be more in the way of like, you know, fans come and test your skills against our players. You know, come be the coach for a day. I don't know. Not well, not this. Will I watch it? I mean, I'm 100% I'll watch it. This sounds hilarious. I mean, you know, I also don't want to like some, you know, also I'm not, look, I'm having a bit of a laugh because this is not the news I was expecting. I'm not completely shitting on it. I mean, whatever. Does it stop us buying footballers? I hope not. Why should it? It's got nothing to do with the football team. I guess football clubs want to do multiple things now, and good luck to anyone who goes on it. Quite frankly, brilliant. It's just taken me by surprise. I don't really know what to say. No, come on. Who's saying inverted romance? I mean, Cronky's budgeting a dating show. I feel bad for you, man. Yeah. The money's going towards a dating show before it's going towards a striker. There it is, the big match. Turkish must be thoroughly impressed. I've no doubt he is. I've no doubt this is everything he's wanted from the football club. When we moved to the Emirates, it was to compete with Love Island and, you know, X on the Beach and, you know, all the big reality shows. And what's the one that went viral recently? Temptation Island. Yeah, this is Arsenal's island answer to Temptation Island. So here we are. Can some? I'm going to read out comments. I don't know what to say about this. Yeah. Good. Yes. That's all I've got. Yes. So there's going to be a lot of this. This club is so embarrassing. I mean, maybe that's probably like a very fair reaction to this. It's also quite harmless. I mean, we're obviously going to get completely trolled, aren't we? But it's obviously going to have nothing to do with the football team and the main, you know, the future of the football team and how the team performs. So quite frankly, whatever, I don't really care. I tend to get more kind of upset and wound up by things that affect the potential, you know, output and performance of the football team. This will undoubtedly have, well, I'm pretty sure undoubtedly have no impact on that. Well, I mean, should we just explore the premise for a sec? I never thought I'd be live on AFTV talking about my dating life, but here we go. First date at an Arsenal game. Like, it sounds quite nice. You know, you got a shared passion. You go to an Arsenal game. You know, you kind of, you bond over that, right? I'm sure you're putting, you know, there's plenty of, what's it called? There's a good foundation being built there, I'm sure, from a first date perspective. I can't believe we're doing this. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure on a first date I want to be seen watching an Arsenal game because I'm way too stressed. That is not a side of me I want to show on a first date. Huh. That's the one thing. Football, you know, you get too riled up at football. Could be funny though. I can't believe this. We're analysing a dating show. Lee Judge has replied. No, he hasn't. Where's Cecil? Where is Cecil? He needs to jump on this live. He's like the Love Island king. I mean, he knows people have been on the show. Yo, join me on this live. What are we even doing here? Just messaged him that. Let's see what Cecil says. It must. This is what I say. Must be. It must be April Fools. I don't know what else. Yeah. But it's the 28th of March. Arsenal, the funniest club ever, and I love it. People saying do a watch along to it. This has to be a joke. Well, I mean, I don't know if they are, like, fair play. They've I mean, I'm doing a live stream on AFTV at 7 p.m. on a Friday about it, right? If this is all kind of a joke and a wind up, they've absolutely had me here. Maybe this is an April Fool's joke. Yeah, this is what people keep saying. Some people might say, imagine it's a boring game. Ty, was he Jasmine or Yasmin? Jasmine and a pizza. My word, they were some legendary videos that went out. Well, you think the club's trolling, or we'll get trolled? Ram says they're giving out ammunition to other fans to cook us. Also, Milan might just be for Valentine's coming up. Well, wasn't Valentine's? That was Feb. Yeah, that was over a month ago. I kind of thought, well, in that case, it doesn't really make it much better, but it's something. It's kind of somewhat lining up with we wouldn't call it a holiday, but you know what I mean, an annual day in the year. But a lot of people saying we're going to get cooked for this. I mean, look, whatever. We'll get cooked for our team's performances, but yes, fans will have their fun, no doubt. I'd pay to hear Turkish's opinion on this. Me too. Me too. So much for expanding the Emirates. Yeah, no need to expand the stadium. We've got much bigger things to pay attention to. Yeah, it was Yasmin, right? I thought it was. Yeah, okay. If we don't beat Real Madrid, sign me up. Shall we? Someone's saying I'd love Turkish to jump on. I don't think he's around at the moment. Yeah, I don't think he is. I was chatting to him earlier. I don't think he's around. Okay. Let's apply. I'm joking. But there you go. That's it. Please fill out as much of the form as you can. Please ensure that all information provided are true to the best of your knowledge, not defamatory, and do not infringe on the privacy or... Okay. I mean, doing it on a live stream surely breaks one of these rules. Not infringe on the privacy of the identifiable person without their consent. While we consider all applications, we are only able to feature a limited number of participants and not guaranteed that you'll be selected to take part. Yeah, this is what I see. I want to see what the questionnaire says. Am I like... All right, let me take this off screen. Let me just see what pops up. Oh. Yeah, it's pretty standard stuff. It's just like about you, name, date of birth, and things like that. And you go down, and it just asks about other bits and bobs. Anyway, people saying, we'll help you fill it out. It's all good. I'm all good. Maybe season 2. Is Turkish in the chat? No, I'm good. Turkish, do you want to jump on the live? Come on, bro. We can do. We'll fill out the application. It'll be a bit of fun. Why not? The fuck is this? Turkish is a hopeless romantic. He'll love it. Oh no! Some of you are putting some outrageous comments in here. Oh God! Oh my word! Jordan would love this. Jordan actually would love this. Yeah. Oh, if you watch Arsenal, if you watch Forever Arsenal, you know. What did John put? Was that the Madrid comment? No. Anyway, okay. I think we need to talk about football now. But my head's got I don't know. I don't know. How do we have a serious show now? Yeah, Deanie's in the chat. Do it for the community, Turkish man. Deanie's right. Oh, I'm definitely joining when it goes global. Yeah, actually, they'll be laughing at us when this blows up and it becomes huge. Yeah, they'll be laughing at us because actually, it's huge and everyone will be a part of it. So there we go. Big Six forfeit loading Turkish. I saw they dropped a video today. Was that a forfeit for Greers? I haven't been able to watch it. I've been moving back into this apartment. Ty complaining to the ref about his date. This is going to win us the Champions League. Tamina, this is what I thought was. This was the news I thought we were working on. That Berta was going to be announced as our new sporting director. Anyway, people, I don't really know how much longer I can talk about a dating show, but there we go. There you have it. Let's just bring you back to what we know. Show it on screen. Here you go. The big match. I mean, I do find this quite funny. Match days at the Emirates Stadium are a time to connect with the beautiful game and each other. I don't want to sound rude when I say this, and I kind of get the point they're making. The community feel. A lot of people go to football, and there's a community feeling, and you see people, sometimes there's people you only see at the Arsenal and stuff like that, and away games, and I hear all that. But let me also say, I'm not looking to like connect with anyone when I'm watching Arsenal 1-0 down at home to Fulham. Like I'm not. I'm just focused on Arsenal. That's just me. Other people are different. I'm too stressed. There's no way that I'm getting to know anyone while I'm watching football. I'm probably not even talking to the person that I went to the game with, whether it be my brother or my dad or whatever. And then if they are getting to know me, they're only getting to know a bad side of me, which is the stressed Arsenal fan side of me. So I hear it, but like also, yeah, that's not quite the experience I'm having. It's for this reason that we're launching. I mean, if I ever apply now, I'm basically not going to get it because I'm just, well, said all that about myself. It's for this reason that we're launching a new day show that celebrates how share Liverpool can prove a catalyst for it. You've all read it. I've sent it to you. There we go. Hey, very good. My application was rejected. They said they don't want a 9. Very good. Very good. The striker joke. Yeah, you get it. There was a really good question, this one. James, do you not find the club embarrassing with stuff like this? When people are embarrassed at the football club, like, I think it's quite a strong word, embarrassed at the football. Am I going to, after this live stream, when I go sort of, have my Friday night off to see a friend, do I walk around kind of carrying it in my mind like, oh, this sounds so embarrassing? Like, embarrassed, when you're embarrassed about something, you think about it, right? It sits on your mind a bit. You're like, I wish I hadn't done that, or I wish I hadn't said that, or that's not a good look, or whatever. I rarely get secondhand embarrassment for my football club, and I get disappointment. I get a feeling of like, or despair or sadness or whatever if the football club aren't performing well or conduct themselves in a certain way. Embarrassed, I mean, I get why fans will find it embarrassing. I'm just talking for me myself. I just don't really care. It's just quite funny. It's also I don't really get it. Why do we have a dating show coming out? That's really weird. Or it feels like it is. But listen, I don't know. I'm trying to stay open-minded about anything. And is it going to ruin my Friday night? Absolutely not. I will not think about it after we move on to the next topic. But that's just me. But if others are, that's completely fair enough. I just whatever. It's just me. Thank you. And thank you for the kind words, and appreciate the comment as well. What's this? Dating show champions. You'll never sing that. The Arsenal comms team got bored. As far as I'm aware, I did have a little look. I don't think Arsenal posted a tweet about it, and I wonder why. You would think that's kind of the place to promote and advertise this type of thing, content, get people signing up. but they haven't. So maybe they kind of know the reception it was going to get and preferred to keep it to the Arsenal, news views. But that's quite niche. So this is a good question. Where did you see this advertised? I've had a look on the website and on social media and can't find anything about it. Maybe they pulled the idea. So let me show you this first and foremost. So take you back. Right. So here we go. So you click on that and you're on the Arsenal website. So this is the Arsenal website, arsenal.com. I mean, you can't see it on your screens, but it's arsenal.com. So that's a direct link from there to here. That's the first thing. Secondly, I literally typed because I saw it tweeted, and I think people have been getting emails about it. I typed Arsenal, the big match, and I'll show you. I'll show you my Google page. Hold on. All right, here we go, and there it was. So, like, I mean, I literally Arsenal, the big match, and yeah, I mean, arsenal.com. That's where I found it. So, literally, I did everything to check that this was really legit because I was like, no way, this is true. But I've just shown you it's on their website. I mean, I don't know what else to show you guys. It was tweeted. Does it say April Fools at the end of the application page? Let's have a look. No. Copyright 2025, the Arsenal Football Club Limited. So it's this year. Let's see when it's on the news. I really feel like there's someone somewhere laughing because they're thinking, oh, James from AFTV fell for this. See, now everyone's telling me it's a joke. I mean, maybe. The point is, it's not. Who got? Did other people get emails? I think other people got email. I think I saw Troops post about it. Yes, I think he got an email about it. Guys, I think it's real. Like, I do. I've checked on the website. Anyway, whatever. Looks like it's real. Yeah, so Michael's saying, yeah, he got an email. Instead of being emailed, if you won the ticket ballot for Madrid, you get emailed to sign up for a dating show. Thank you, Dominic. Yeah, fine. So people got emails. So thank you for people who are confirming that they got emails about it. Look, whether it's a joke and it's an early April Fool's or something like that is that's one thing. But if people are getting emails, if it's on their website, I've literally typed it in and other sort of, we've seen people report about it, then then they've definitely put it out there. Like Arsenal put this out there, whether they mean it, but I think they mean it. I think I said I wasn't going to talk about it so much longer, but let's explore what they're actually trying to maybe get out of this. They're probably trying to diversify their content, engage fans in other ways. This isn't me saying it's a good idea. I'm actually trying to genuinely put my brain to where the people who made the decisions to do this might be. And I think they probably, I think it's probably just like another piece of, just a way of doing a sort of unique piece of content. They think people enjoy it. Big up Suge, as always. James, it's an idiot of the day joke. 1st of April, you get an email with a laughing emoji. Maybe. But like the joke, I think the thing with April Fools is the joke is done on the day, right? Like you would get that. So unless they are thinking that it's too obvious to do it on the 1st, and maybe you do it kind of earlier, and then on the 1st they'll tell you, "Hi, April Fools." It's a long April Fool's joke, isn't it? Anyway. Yeah. I'm sure it's April Fool's. In the words of somebody else, bought it, hook, line, and sinker. Listen, it's giving me something to talk about tonight, quite frankly, because Bertha didn't get announced, and I thought he would be. The terms and conditions seem legit. Okay, whatever. Let's talk about this. Saka. I'm done talking about Arsenal. Yeah. Okay, so what I want to talk about, Saka being back in training, I did want to touch on that. I also wanted to talk about what do I want to talk about? Kind of the balance of the front three. I wanted to look at Marino and Trossard, the kind of battle there, what this means for Nwaneri. So yeah, a few things. But yeah, it's gonna be so difficult without sort of thinking about this other bit of news. But whatever, we've done half an hour on it. I think we can leave that behind. Some of your comments are wild. Okay. All right, let's go step by step. Berta hasn't been announced today. I think we'll leave a conversation around him for when it is announced. Let's instead talk about okay, let's talk about Saka being back. And first and foremost, the impact on Nwaneri is what I really want to discuss. So Nwaneri, I mean, Nwaneri's journey's been really interesting because it's been full of surprises for me. Weirdly, the level he's played at and how good he's been has been one of the least surprising things for me personally. I'm not surprised he's looked this good because there was so much hype around him. Because whenever we have watched him, whether it be under 18s England, under 21s Arsenal, the odd appearance here and there, there's just something about him. He just looks born to play the game, complete and utter natural talent with the hard work behind it too. Of course, you've got to have that. And there's just a lot of promise from very, very little. Now, him being a first team squad member this season, along with Lewis Skelly, certainly came as a surprise to us. I thought he would get some minutes. I'd even done a video of the Gooniverse saying, look, let's not forget about Nwaneri. He's probably not far off having an impact. And anyway, he starts playing, but what we saw was Smith Rowe get sold, Vieira go on loan, and now Nwaneri's kind of getting the minutes in the Carabao Cup games and the odd appearance off the bench in Erdegaard's position. But what we also saw in pre-season was him getting the minutes when it could have been Vieira. Instead, he was on the right. We also saw him getting the minutes sort of left 8 with Erdegaard and Jorginho. I think that was the midfield 3 that started against Man United. So there's kind of signs there that Arteta saw him as a central midfield player. But we're in this situation where with Saka injured, our midfield largely being fit again with Rice, Marino, Jorginho, Partey, Erdegaard all available to play, and him actually even preferring Trossard in the 10 when Erdegaard was out. We saw Nwaneri getting minutes on the right in the absence of Saka. Now, Nwaneri is the closest thing we have to Saka profile-wise, and I don't think there's any disputing that. And it's not just that they're left-footed, it's the way they play that position. It's the guile they have taking players on. It's the angles for shots they're able to build from those areas. It's the crossing, and we look at the cross from Nwaneri to Marino for the opening goal at Leicester away. So it's things like that that kind of just showing you, look, in Saka's absence, Nwaneri should be playing. Cool. That's all great. The problem is Saka is going to make a return. Now, in time to start against Fulham, I don't think so. There was a video that just dropped where Robbie was sort of getting expert insight on Saka's return and the path and what we need to learn about that. But I just don't think it'd ever be sensible for him to start the Fulham game, even if he's been training for 2 weeks and we haven't really known it. So cool. He announced his return basically yesterday on Instagram. And now what we've got is this sort of apprehension of the minutes he's going to get in build up to Real Madrid. I think there's a chance that two of the following things could happen. That he plays 10 minutes against Fulham, 30 against Everton, and then comes on against, and then starts against Real Madrid. I think a lot of people are thinking that either way, I think we can almost accept he's playing some sort of football against Real Madrid in that home game. I think with that announcement, and the announcement came with sort of just under 2 weeks till that game, I think there was a feeling that, yeah, okay, he's going to play some sort of football against Real Madrid. I think we could be pretty confident of that. Not for sure, we don't know that for sure, but I think we can be pretty confident of that. But I wonder if he comes on for 20, 30 minutes against Fulham and then whether he starts against Everton. And obviously, if he starts against Everton, you're expecting him to start against Real Madrid. The reason I wonder that is because how long has he maybe been in training for? We know he had surgery because of a bad hamstring tear, but how bad was the hamstring tear? Was it, how much did the surgery, how invasive was it? How much did it have to do? Again, I'm no physio. I don't know if I'm talking the right lingo, but I guess I imagine it's not surgery or no surgery. There will be different variations of surgery, different amounts of work to do. Was this something that was quicker to recover from? Just over 3 months out. It's a quick turnaround. It's a quick return. But I've had all the right medical care, all the right help, all the right physios, all the right advice. And whilst I know a lot of us are looking above at Liverpool and going, well, 12 points, what's the point? There's nothing to chase. The football club will absolutely be going fine, but we cannot fall below second. The third, fourth, fifth, they're doing their thing. We're just about keeping a distance. I think it's 4 points on Forest in third. But Arsenal can't afford to get dragged into that battle. So these games against Fulham and Everton, whilst to us, they're sort of, and I know how we feel as fans, it's that apathy. There's a real feeling of, well, we just want to sort of pick up the points because we want to win football matches and the momentum's there for Real Madrid. And it's kind of a bit of a friendly for the bigger night. And I hear all that. Ultimately, there is a situation where Arsenal needs to secure top four. Arsenal needs to secure second place. It will matter to clubs' revenues to finish second, not third. It will matter to maybe even just the general mood around the club. I mean, what we don't want to see is these players giving up, especially as players are returning. Martinelli's back, Saka's back, Rice and Ødegaard, Partey, remained fit. Timber, White's back, Calafiori, well, he's now out for another couple of weeks potentially, but he was back, will come back soon. I do think there's a feeling that the levels can't drop, the standards can't drop below what they've already dropped to. So that will mean that there's a temptation to play Saka and bring him back as well. So yeah, there's kind of a lot of things to consider here. What impact does that have on Ethan Nwaneri? For me, I'd be inclined to start Ethan Nwaneri on the right. Okay, this is what I would do. This is what I want to do. I'd start Ethan Nwaneri on the right. I'd bring Saka off the bench. And then his start against Real Madrid is purely dependent on how those two look. If Nwaneri's cooking, if he's looking brilliant, if he's tearing Fulham and Everton apart, there'll be physical games as well. Coming up against good fullbacks in Mikalenko and Robinson, against sides that, Everton are fighters. There's no question of that. Fulham have shown a lot of quality this season. If Nwaneri comes out of those looking good, looking really bright, doing what he does, maybe scoring one of those kind of trademark goals he can on his left foot into the top corner. If we see that kind of thing from Nwaneri, I think you've got to keep him in the 11 against Madrid because he'll have earned it. And it'll be too much of a risk on Saka's, not so much fitness, but match fitness, match readiness. So then the other question is, if Saka comes off the bench and is looking brilliant, and maybe Nwaneri's looking more like the Man United performance, not really in it, then there'll be a temptation to play Saka. There might even be a temptation to give him a start before Real Madrid in perhaps that Everton game. But I think what's more likely is Nwaneri looks really sharp and Saka's going to take... Well, Saka always strikes me as the kind of guy... Do you remember when he came back after a few weeks out? It wasn't very long, but he missed a few weeks. That involved Bournemouth, a Champions League game. We didn't play for England. And then it was Liverpool at home. And then within 6-7 minutes, bam, just embarrassed Andy Robertson and then just fired it into the roof of the net. I mean, it was a brilliant goal. And that's what Bukayo Saka can give you. And actually, I think when he is feeling electric and up for it, and he will be for Real Madrid, because you just know he wants to play that game, then there'll be a lot of pressure on the Arsenal staff, coaching staff, Mikel Arteta himself, to get him in that team. So that's basically my overall feeling on it. Just talking about it from the Nwaneri side of things before we go to your comments, is I would want to get Nwaneri still starting these games, not Martinelli. And look, my fear is that Arteta's going to go Martinelli, Trossard, and Marino down the middle, because I think he prioritizes physicality. And also, I think he trusts the more senior players when it comes to defensive duties, when it comes to tracking back, when it comes to understanding every little nuance in the tactics. So that's why I don't think Ethan Nwaneri is going to start. But I would love it to be Nwaneri. So what does that mean for the other two positions? Well, we'll talk about that in a sec. Let's go let's go through your comments. Shemariah says they won't start until the Madrid home game. In my opinion, it will give fans and the team extra buzz. Yeah, that's a really good point. He'll bring Saka on in the second half, potentially. Yeah, I think Calafiori out is not bad. Well, I mean, it is bad because he's a good player. We want players available, but he probably wouldn't have started over Lewis Skelly. That's probably one way to look at it. 10 minutes against Fulham, 30 minutes against Everton. I'm worried about the Everton game for Saka. Sure, I hear what you mean. You kind of want to manage the minutes. Get the likes up. I'm always terrible at telling you all guys this, but yeah, absolutely. Hit the like button if you're enjoying this stream, and subscribe to AFTV. Best position for Saka and Nwaneri simultaneously. Really tricky one, this. You could argue Nwaneri in the right, in the 10/right 8, where Ødegaard's been playing. But then I think you move Ødegaard to the left 8 and Rice to the 6. But, you know, Partey, Rice, Ødegaard at times has certainly worked. Partey's had more recently a hit and miss season, but I think for the first half of the season was very reliable, very good. So I think you're probably looking at still Rice, Partey, Ødegaard as that starting midfield 3. But could you get Ødegaard on the left 8 and Nwaneri in the right 8? Yeah, maybe. Maybe you could always play Nwaneri false 9. I mean, that is a problem position for us still. I'm happy Saka is back. We still need a striker in the summer. Totally agree. Following from Charlotte, North Carolina, USA. Thanks for the show, James. Well, thank you for tuning in, Dubon. I really, really appreciate it. I'd love to visit Charlotte, North Carolina, man. That'd be amazing. I want to see so much more of the US as well. Australia was amazing. I've got more of Australia to see. I want to see more of the US. I want to see Arsenal fans around the world, man. The least said, the better. Nwaneri has been so good this season. I totally and utterly agree. So then the question becomes, and it's probably the last thing we'll touch on today, the question then becomes about the front line. The question becomes about specifically up front, the left wing. I think Trossard, and it's not by a lot, I think Trossard has been better than Martinelli on the left this season. I don't think there's a lot in it. I don't think either should be sort of, walking out particularly proud of their efforts this campaign. But I think Trossard has edged it. Now, if you're looking in the squad for the person to most closely replicate what Havertz does in this team, it's without a doubt Mikel Merino. It just is. From goal kicks to the flanks, to going long to beat the press, to having a target man to play off, to the two-man sort of hybrid two-man midfield press, well, 2 midfielders and 2 midfielders behind. And also his finishing and moving in the box and the way he attacks space and the way he attacks crosses, it's very similar to Havertz. I think the one thing about Merino is that he's looked pretty, I don't know if clinical is the word I'd use, but for the few opportunities he's had, he's looked pretty decent. I mean, 2 against Leicester, he took really well. I liked his finish against PSV away, though I don't think that goal should have stood because of the offside, but we take it. Really good header against Chelsea. I just think he could have a second against Chelsea when he kind of just opened his body and guided it back towards goal. I just thought he took the effort quite well. So I think Merino, because he's more closely replicating. Oh, Cecil's replied. What's he saying? Are you still on it? Yeah, still on. Let's see what he says. I can see why Arteta reverts to Merino because of his obsession with what Havertz does in this team. But quite frankly, people, I want to get Trossard down the middle now. I really want to get Trossard down the middle. And I think we need to start looking at this from the perspective of players in their more natural positions, the potential we have when Trossard, Martinelli, Saka have played as a 3 very, very well before. We haven't seen it for a while. We didn't even really see it last season. We did a bit, I think, because the season before that, where Trossard had come in, he was only a month or 2 at the club. And I think the dynamic with Trossard dropping in, again, being another midfielder, putting the strings, linking up with Ødegaard, receiving the ball off at the time, Granit Xhaka, Declan Rice could maybe run beyond him. I think there was a goal we scored once, or there were moments where, Xhaka made runs beyond Trossard. And I think that's a good way to get sort of more out your box-to-box midfielder too. I think you've also got a situation where Martinelli and Saka maybe get closer to goal for having Trossard to play off. I don't, and when I say playoff, he's not a 6'3" battering around with a forward. He just picks out really good pockets. He's got really good technical security and will just combine nicely. And also, it makes him more dangerous in that zone 14 area. You know, the D on the edge of the penalty area. It's that bit there. Get the ball into that space, and you don't want Trossard opening up his body and having a sight at goal, because he will. You know, he'll more often than not ask a question of the goalkeeper. I think Trossard also still remains a big game goal threat, more so than Mikel Merino, despite Merino having scored a few goals. So I really want to move towards Saka, Trossard, Martinelli being the front three we end the season with. Now, what I would say is you've then got Nwaneri, Merino, Sterling on the bench. So you've kind of got three players who can play in the forward line and come in. Now, two of those players also cover in midfield with Jorginho. So behind Ødegaard, Partey, Rice, you've got Nwaneri, Jorginho, Merino. And then we know that we're quite stacked in the back four with White, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivior, Lewis Skelly, and Calafiori. And actually Kieran Tierney too. So whilst we've had an injury-plagued season, I can't sit here and say that, you know, that now we are in some dire position with the squad. Yes, we'd like Jesus and Havertz back, sure. Yes, we needed a striker and left winger. But a lot of the players that Arteta put trust in are available. And it looks like Saka will be too. So, you know, my expectations for this Madrid game are, look, it's going to be really tough. I'm not expecting us to go through. But oh my word, we better make a good account of ourselves. We better give it a fight. We better do everything we can and really have a good go, because I don't think we're putting out so bad an 11 to expect less than that, in my opinion. But let's see. It's the one thing about Arsenal and Arteta is that when we lose a player or two, the levels can drop. And we've seen that in cups when you rotate a little bit or you miss a key player. Well, we missed Ødegaard. We actually handled it okay for the first month. Second month, not at all. In Saka's absence, we really struggled. That's what worries me, is that, you know, even missing one or two players can be a bit too much for Arsenal. But I'd look at that squad and go, there's plenty there to have an impact off the bench, but also to try give Madrid a good game for 180 minutes. Quasar says Nwaneri starts on the right with Merino at striker, Trossard on the left. I think that is what he'll do. Actually, no, I think he'll go Martinelli on the right, but I think there's a good chance that's what he does for these games. Michael says, James, I think Trossard in the middle has run its course. It won't work against teams like Fulham and Everton. Why not though, Michael? And also, my question would be, is Merino working? You know, that's the other thing we've got to look at. Merino scored some goals, but let's be honest, didn't do anything against West Ham. Not really blaming him. He tried. Let's have a look at Arsenal's games. I don't remember having any impact against Man United at Old Trafford. Just having a look at the games here in front of me. Apologies. So he's played, and I'm not saying he's not done well. I think he's done okay. Really, I really think Marino's done okay. For all things considered, I mean, my word, I'm not saying, wow, he's the solution to our striker problems. But if I show you this, came on here, scored 2 goals. I didn't really see any impact here, if I'm honest. I thought he did, you know, put himself about, did okay. No real impact here. Obviously got the goal. Arsenal were on fire, so clearly did his part. Very little to no impact here. So we're talking 3 Premier League games in a row. Now, this is the big one where he scored a really, really good goal. But I actually thought in terms of hold-up play and link-up, this was where Merino actually struggled the most. I actually thought in other games, he looked a little bit more lively in terms of his link-up and stuff. So my question then becomes, okay, Trossard might not be the answer, but is this? Is Merino up front and weakening our midfield? I think Merino's going to have to do some minutes in midfield, you know. I think if we're going to get past Madrid, there's going to be a point where Partey and Jorginho's legs, and I do think Partey is more dynamic than Jorginho, but the two of them don't match up to Rice and Merino physically off the ball in terms of duel winning and dominating on the defensive side of the game. And I think there's going to be a point at which we're going to need Merino in midfield. So it's all well and good talking about him up front, but I think we're going to need him to put a shift in midfield. So I hope that answers your question, Michael, as to why I think actually with Trossard there is still something there, and why it might be worth pursuing. Yes, Cecil can't make it, bless him. I think we're going to round it off there, people. Absolutely. Shout out to Arsenal women beating Madrid 3-0. Of course, they lost the first leg 2-0. Was it 3 goals in 15 minutes or something? Great goals from Alessio Russo. And yeah, they're into the semi-finals facing Lyon, I believe. So yeah, massive well done to them. Our first leg's at the Emirates. Let's hope we don't have a first leg deficit to overturn in the second leg. But we have the opportunity to maybe put a few goals on the board and take something to look after at the Bernabeu. Wouldn't that be great? All right, everyone, I'm going to leave it there. Big thank you all for joining in what has been a very, very, very strange live stream. I still don't know if this stuff about the big match that Arsenal are doing, I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it's not. People say it's April Fool's. I think there'd have been more of a social media campaign. That's where these things go viral, right? I mean, if you're doing a social media campaign, you're thinking about the views, the engagement, the retweets, the quotes, everyone saying everything, and then you hit them with the we got you. And maybe they're going to post on April Fool's, and that would probably answer everything. But I think the fact that almost they didn't really post about it publicly suggest on socials and stuff probably suggests that it's real, and actually they're just kind of hoping the hardcore fans kind of spot it and word of mouth and whatever. They probably knew that they were kind of going to be in for a bit of an onslaught, but I don't really know. It could well be a joke, but either way, we've kind of explored all angles here on this live show. Look, a big thank you for joining. Super appreciate it. We'll be back with another live. I believe there's one tomorrow. And of course, Arsenal play football on Tuesday. So check out all the previews and stuff coming out on the channel. More content between the presenters and I. We did some content coming out Saturday, Sunday, talking about Madrid, talking about other bits and bobs, Andrea Berta's transfer list and all that. So yeah, keep an eye out for all that. Catch you on a bit, everyone.
Listen up. You're watching TikToks all day anyway, so why not get paid for it? Ever thought about making money from TikTok but you don't have any followers? Well, forget the 1,000 follower rule. GFN Vault has just changed the game. AFTV and DR Sports have partnered with one of the biggest UK creators, Anthony Owo, to bring you GFN Vault.
Our agency helps you earn, grow, succeed with exclusive support. With 0 following, you can start earning straight away. No gimmicks, no catches, 100% free.
Every big creator started from nothing, including me. So why not you?
Whether that is football, gaming clips, or just chatting complete and utter rubbish, anyone can be a creator, just like me.
So hit the link right now, get involved, and start earning today with GFN Vault. Do not sleep on this.